Blur. Out of Time on XFM 104.9.
We ought to give those Rockbusters clues again.
Yeah, go on.
We've had very few contributions so far, Carl. I think you've really stumped people.
This might be it. I've told you, you're on thin ice. If this goes wrong, if it's rubbish, and if everyone doesn't get them all, that's the end of Rockbusters.
Right, well, the first one again, right?
Yeah.
If you go out to France, right, by boat, you might as well get your fags whilst you're on that, because you'll save a few quid. Right?
Different every time.
BF is the initials of the artist that little cryptic clue makes up. The second one, Little Foreign Cafe, it's growing its own steak. Right? That's D. Little Foreign Cafe, it's growing its own steak. D. And the last one, if there was a Jamaican fella on the Titanic when it went down, he'd probably scream this. CD. Right? So email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah, they're not flooding in, but yeah.
Well, we'll see how we do.
Carl, have we still got monkey news?
We've got monkey news coming up.
Now, you must be disappointed because you didn't make it to the monkey sanctuary, but you still managed to scrape together monkey news on your holiday.
Yeah.
That's
so
impressive.
I found some of that. We've got...
How do you get so many breaks and holidays? Because you went away with Suzanne's parents. You've just been away with your parents. That's a couple of weeks, 10 days. So that's probably about 3 weeks in all. You went to Manchester. You had that day off because your trousers were wet. I mean, and I suppose because you've only got one job, and I've got a lot more. This is just one of my jobs. But I mean, don't you ever count your blessings? Go, God, thank God, I can have time off. I don't work too hard. I'm not stressed too much.
No. It's just all to do with when you do work, do a lot. So I get a lot done.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm always doing stuff. I mean, even though when I was in Cornwall, right, I'm sat there on the grass.
I'd love to just sit on the grass.
You're too busy.
I know, yeah, well,
Me dad and Suzanne are playing crib, right? I'd sort of fallen out with him at
Your
that
dad
point.
and Suzanne are playing crib.
Why did you fallen out
Because you do live in the 1940s.
Yeah, why did you fallen out?
Because with crib, have you ever played crib?
Yeah.
Right, you've got to be pretty good at maths.
Sure.
You've got to make your cards add up to 15 and all.
Well, yeah, I was just gonna correct you on you've got to be good at maths. Yeah. What? Algebra, quantum physics, what?
No, just adding up.
Adding up to 15. Brilliant.
I mean,
You can almost do it on your fingers.
You could in Cornwall.
Yeah.
But my dad's really good at maths, and he said, how many have you got? And he always counts his, and it's like 15 2, 15 4, 15 6, 3 for your at, 1 and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He adds it up really
One
quick.
for his knob.
Right, so I was like, right, hang on a minute. And he goes, no, what do you mean, hang on? Add it up, what have you got? He says, forget it. I said, this isn't fun if you're going to start getting all arsey with me.
Sure.
So,
Forget it!
Yeah.
I love it! But I don't know him, but I'm sure he's just winding you up. His victory is you going, forget it, I'm not playing.
well, anyway, right, so it doesn't matter. I think I'll go off and do some prep, right?
Yes.
Do some research for Saturday. Found one of Suzanne's magazines, right? Flicking through, because there's always interesting stuff in there. There was something about swingers.
Right.
I was like, what's all that about?
Yeah.
And it had an interview with some people talking about, how they sleep about a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought, if my wife looked like that, I probably would. Because there was a few pictures of them, and they were all pretty ugly.
Yes.
I thought, right. So I took that in, soaked that up, thought, there you go. Carried on reading. There was a bit in there about how women still have crushes, right?
Yes.
And the woman was going on about how she's 38, right? But she still fancies Chris Martin from Coldplay.
Uh-huh.
And, even though it'll never happen, she's still got that little bit in her head that thinks one day she'll leave Gwyneth, right? And end up with her, right?
Right.
Anyway, so I'm thinking this is a bit boring, but I'm flicking through it all. And,
Is this a Rockbusters clue?
No. Right. And I read further on, right? And, she said, I like to go out with my mates, and we come up with lists in pubs of people who they'd be nice to go out with. She also came up with a list of unlikely lust objects, I think she called them.
Yeah.
Guess who was in that list?
Ricky Gervais.
Think again.
Karl Pilkington.
Right. Next one.
Johnny Vegas.
Said, lanky co-writer.
Rubbish.
Lanky co-writer.
What do you mean, lanky co-writer?
Well, do I need to say any more? He said...
Hang on, wait a minute. Let's not talk about... I don't know what you're laughing at my expense. I'm an unlikely lust object.
Yeah,
But yeah, what was it called? The list?
The unlikely lust object.
Yes.
You were in there, right?
Who else was?
Well, you weren't in there.
Richard Madeley.
Fine.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking guy.
Alistair Campbell.
Brilliant. Another handsome dude. What you talking about? You think I'm ashamed or embarrassed about that? I'm proud of it. What magazine was it? I need to buy a couple of copies.
It was.
Need to get a t-shirt made.
Yeah, and did she leave her number?
Yeah. What magazine was it? I was just out of interest.
I think it's called Red.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But now you've dissed those people that have put themselves in those swingers because you've said they're ugly. So now we know what magazine it is. People are going to look at that. People are going to look at that poor woman, and they're going to know you think she's a hog.
No, but I think they even know.
Was there a picture of the woman who
know.
was drawn up the list of unlikely lust objects? What was she like?
I wouldn't waste my time.
Thanks, mate. I know you're on my side.
The Thrills on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant, object of unlikely lust object. Steve Merchant.
I'd like to have that now, prefixing my name everywhere I'm written about.
I know, yeah. Did he make the freak list?
Whoa!
Which is a different magazine, isn't it? And I'm joking, of course. Karl Pilkington, a man of sort of quiet dignity and and in a way he's got his own sort of inner beauty, hasn't he, Karl?
Not really.
Don't you think?
Well, I'll tell you why I don't think it is, because the woman that wrote the piece, saying that I was an unlikely lust object, has just emailed in. And Karl, you've offended her quite considerably.
What did he say?
Why?
I wouldn't waste my time, is what you said. She's repeated that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't waste my time, the flaming cheek. Although it's a horrible picture, I am, of course, in real life, a vision of loveliness. I'm not 38, I'm 25. I don't think Stephen's that unlikely lust object. A sense of humour is important, and he's welcome to my phone number if he wants it.
Is
That
she,
sense of humour is important. That's a
is
down,
she a
isn't it?
swinger?
Stop it!
Don't have a go at the woman, for goodness
I'm
sake.
messing about. She knows I'm messing about.
Well, how are you messing about?
I've told you this though. I've told you that anyone could be listening, haven't I? I've told you that before. Things you say, but we encourage him. We say, "What does she look like?" But it's meant to be rhetorical. That was a joke. That was Stephen's joke. What does she look like? I.e., him joking, like, "Oh, I'll call her up because I'm on a list," and then you have to say that. I mean, that's what I mean. So chances are, if she likes Stephen, she hasn't seen him. She listens to the radio. So the likelihood is that she was listening to this show.
Yeah.
So think.
Will I drop the thing I was going to do about Lisa Riley?
Well,
She's not listening.
Some people deserve it.
She's still at lunch.
What, from Tuesday? There's an all-you-can-eat place going out of business as we speak.
Oh, bloody hell, she's back, you killed me, I gotta do Bambino, please leave now! Please leave! So,
No, but she knows I was only messing. This,
yeah,
this
everyone
whole
knows you're only messing, we're all only messing. I hope we don't offend anyone of, any kind out there. We're only joking, aren't we, Karl?
Yeah.
Say something nice about her.
What can you remember of the picture that you could say was good? Maybe she was wearing some
It
nice
wasn't
clothes.
anything, to be honest. I'll have another look and have a look. I think she had a nice shirt on or something. Yeah.
Scorpio Rising, Death in Vegas on XFM 104.9, Steve. I'm Ricky Gervais. Carl's a little bit less stressed now. The camera crew have gone, his dad's not listening, we think.
Well, yeah, who knows? Who knows?
But, you're chilled.
I tell you what though, my mum was loving it. Do you know Rockbusters?
Do I know Rockbusters? I love Rockbusters. I think I dream of it.
She was taking part. I mean, she doesn't know a lot of the new bands and that, but she made some up for some older bands and that.
Oh, she did some herself?
She made some herself, sent them in the post.
So are you going to use those today?
She's not quite got the hang of it.
Okay.
Unlike her genius son.
Have you got them there? Can we hear what they are?
You keep talking a second then.
I'm quite excited. I mean, if they're even approaching, say, the genius of Wet Knee Houston.
Yeah.
There was another one which was something to do with a trench, Karl. What was that?
That was Dandy Warhol's. That was a good one.
Dandy Warhol's.
I think that was his finest moment. Yeah.
Incidentally, I've got an email here from someone called Sal. I don't know if that's a he or a she, but let's assume it's a she, just for glam's sake.
Yeah.
She said she saw an old man eating a Twix last week, Carl, so that blows your theory at all.
I'm not having it.
Okay. So if you are a bloke, he's calling you a liar, so maybe you want a little rumble later?
In fact, if you are a bloke, he's calling you a girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, then. These are ones that my mum's made up.
Brilliant.
Right, just in case you're a new listener, I'll give some initials out and a cryptic clue. And it makes up a band, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or a solo artist.
Yeah, not so much cryptic as what you're thinking. Go on.
My mum sent this one. This group would be good at doing your hair.
This group would be good at doing your hair.
TP.
Is there a group called the Hairdressers from the 60s?
This group would be good at doing
What?
your hair.
TP.
TP. Is it the something?
The Platters.
The Platters.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, so that's alright.
Nice.
Let's have a look. This group sound like dinosaurs.
You sound like dinosaurs.
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Yeah. I see what you mean. They're not so much cryptic, are they?
This group.
Leave her alone. They're good.
This group likes being by the sand and the sea.
This group likes being
Are they the Beach Boys?
Beach Boys.
This band are called the Beatles. The Beatles.
Hang on. We just have
What else you got?
It's funny because one of them that she's done, I'm actually doing today. I thought of in the week.
Right?
So,
Is it the same clue?
It was, yeah.
Wow,
But
great minds think alike.
Here's
So
the
this
last
is obviously
one.
coincidence.
Here's the last one from her. This guy sounds superb.
This guy sounds superb.
The Bachelors.
Glenn Campbell.
That's good. I like that.
I'd tell you this, I think you should get onto one of the big game, organisations, Parker Brothers or whatever, because this has got to be I mean, this could sweep the nation at Christmas. Don't you think this is the perfect Christmas game?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is what's going to make or break the MTV thing. to be honest.
Some kind of TV version.
Yeah. I'm just thinking into ad breaks, you know, coming up next is this band.
Be careful though, Carl, because, you know, make sure you retain the rights, because I can see this selling abroad. You know, you could
and I
sort
can see
America.
someone coming along and taking the sort of like the Rockbusters and changing one word and like another game out of it and just using the same format. I don't know. I can't think of them there, but they could change. So
sort of like
they change the word rock to something else and have it.
What could it be? Brick block?
Yeah, and so you'd have to, you know what I mean? So be careful.
Blockbusters will never work.
Look at his little face. Sorry, what was the monkey news? Quickly.
No, we got to save monkey news. We'll have to do that when we,
Is it quick? Is it quick? Going into the record.
What, the monkey news, is it quick?
Yeah.
I can tell it to you quick.
Quick then.
Right.
Jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that. Go.
Shambles.
Hurry up!
There's a monkey in India, right? On a, railway station. Waiting for the train. No, don't mess about, because I've got to get through it quick. There's monkeys sat there. And, this robber nicks somebody's handbag or something. Goes running off down the platform, the police are chasing him. Monkey steps in, trips the fella up, pins him down. Police come and arrest the fella.
He tripped over the monkey. Okay, play a record.
He didn't.
He tripped over the monkey.
The monkey was waiting for a train.
He tripped over the monkey.
The monkey was waiting for a train.
He tripped over the monkey.
Did you check the timetable?
Okay, leave it.
You know.
I wonder if he's on a... that wish list, that woman who emailed in, why was she making a list of unlikely...
Can we leave this now?
No, but I mean, what was context was it? It was like, here's my top 10 weird-looking fellas that I do.
No.
What was it? No, but she was talking about what? She'd started talking about, what? Body waxing, and went, and by the way, while I'm here, here's 10 blokes that I would if I had to, and they're a bit weird, you'll be surprised. What was the context?
I forgot.
He's scared to say anything now! He's scared to say anything! Oh, bless him.
I just was looking at a picture because I was attracted to it because she was good looking and that didn't read on. Is that alright?
Well done. That's, got you out of that little mess.
Yeah.
Didn't your dad ever pop anything down in writing?
I'll tell you what, my mum wanted to do it.
Yeah?
There's been loads of things, little inventions she's come up with and that, but she's been too busy doing other stuff. But she used to come up with stories for me as a kid that I'm sure, if they came out, they'd be a success.
Yeah.
Go on.
Do you remember any of them?
There was one about a little red car. I can't remember how that ended. But the one that was really good was about a kid who gets a dog, right? but it's quite an old dog.
This is gonna be an episode of the Waltons, isn't it? Oh, no, go on.
And he's playing with the dog and that, but it starts getting a bit old. It's about 15 or whatever.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, it's rubbish, this dog." So,
I would love that book for kids. I would love that. Tommy went, "Oh, Mummy, my dad's, oh no, kill it then. Kill it then." Shall I? "Yeah, just throw it in the lake. I'll get you another one. Do you want a Nintendo? Yeah. Kick the rabbit to death then. Or no food for you."
Oh, forget
brilliant.
it. No, come on, no,
Come on. Jump, Van Halen, on XFM 104.9. Right, come on, Carl, we've got a lot to fit in now. We've insulted a lot of people. Only about 25 minutes to go. We've got monkey news, we've got rockbusters. Have we got a cheeky figure of the week this week?
could cram it in, see how we do.
Do we want to hear the end of Carl's story?
Yeah, what's
really
the kid, little Timmy and his 15-year-old dog Lucky got a bit bored with it.
Right, so he said, "Oh, Mum, you know, this dog's rubbish and that, I'm sick of it."
Yeah.
So she goes...
How old were you when your mum was telling you this story?
Dunno, about 4.
Okay.
It wasn't last week on holiday.
No,
So she goes, "Oh, alright then, we'll get you another one."
Yeah.
She goes, "Brilliant."
What did you do with the old one?
Just kept it, but didn't sort of play with it or anything.
Just ostracised it until it left of its own free will, or curled up and died.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
So,
what did you get him? What sort of dog?
I think it was a little baby, like Labrador.
Puppy.
Little puppy, yeah.
Yeah, Labrador,
Right.
good one. Good choice for a second dog.
So,
Yeah.
so
I'm
anyway,
loving this story.
It's a great
I am
story.
actually loving this story.
So,
Where does he live?
I don't know, it didn't matter. It was near a lake.
Well, that's where they were getting rid of all the dogs. Sure.
Yeah.
We're getting, that'll make sense in a minute, right? So, so he's got a little dog. He's playing around with it. He's playing with its belly and stuff. He's thinking this is brilliant, best dog I've ever had, right? And the other dog sat in the corner looking all fed up, right? So,
I like this story.
so he says to his mum, "Right, I'm taking little puppy down the park."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Well, take the old one with you." And he goes, "Oh, do we have to?"
It's the moral, isn't it? I bet the old one saves him.
So he goes, "Oh, do we have to?" She goes, "Yeah, it still needs a walk and that. It's crapping all over the house." Right.
Yeah.
So takes it down the park, right? And he's playing around, and he's playing near the lake, right?
Is the puppy near the lake, Carl? Because this is what's worrying me.
Yeah.
Puppy's near the lake, right? That jumps in.
Yeah.
The kid goes, "Oh God," he jumps in, remembers he can't swim,
Yeah. Idiot.
right?
This kid is based on you, isn't it?
Almost certainly.
Flapping about, water's going everywhere. He's going, "I can't." Oh God! And he wants the puppy to help him, but the puppy's just like drowning as well.
Yeah.
The old dog comes up, drags them both out. He goes, "I can't believe it. You know, I said I was fed up with you.
Yeah.
You saved my life."
Yeah.
He gets home, and he says to his mum,
Kill the
"Get
little
rid of
one.
the puppy."
Kill the puppy.
So it's good little.
What does he say when he gets home?
He said, "I don't need the puppy now. I'm
Brilliant. Brilliant. Genius.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So the moral of that story
Well, they
is just
show-
follow your whims.
They just, yeah. If you get bored and get another puppy.
Get another dog.
If you get bored with the old one again, just do it again. I mean,
Yeah.
just eventually, get something
Yeah,
that you
learn
like
your
for a
dogs,
little.
who cares?
Yeah. That's brilliant. That is a brilliant story, though.
Yeah.
50 Cent in the club on XFM 104.9. So, Carl's a little bit fed up today, actually whinging, I mean properly whinging, fed up, reckons he's tired, reckons he's overworked here. But, do you know what I mean, Carl? Everyone gets tired. Everyone gets tired. Everyone does the same sort of hours as you. What do you do, sort of 9 till 6, 7?
About 9 till 7:30, 8.
Well, no, because a couple of times this week I've sort of met you for a drink about 6. So, it's funny, isn't it? That's weird.
Some of the times I've come back after it, just for another 40 minutes or something whilst no one's around, try and get stuff done without phones going, without emails coming in.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Can I tell you what I think's a
You're
disappointment?
head of
is
the
that-
department. You got to do it.
I just think it's a disappointment that Carl hasn't been able to put that aside and rise to the occasion. He's only got to do this show once a week. It's
I
2
know.
hours.
It's-
I mean,
no
you and
one's
I,
do it.
we're tired. We've
We've got
busy lives.
you've got one job. We've got about 6, and we're still doing it. Do you know what I mean? We still do it. We still.
Well,
come
you're a
here.
professional, Rick. I mean, that's why you've won multiple awards. Is because you're willing to get up there, even if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, even if you hurt yourself, or you've got an injury of some kind. You're
Yeah.
out there. You're doing it. You're
Yeah.
entertaining. You're providing
Yeah.
a service.
Yeah. So,
It's disappointment.
Yeah, but I've pressed all the right buttons at the right time.
Indeed.
Right? That's what I get paid for, yeah.
yeah.
Done that, the adverts have gone out.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I've
Yeah.
made you cups of tea.
It's the negativity which is the problem. It's the vibe. You're bringing
Bringing
the
us
room
down, bringing us down.
and
bringing us
therefore
down.
the listeners.
Therefore the listeners, bringing us down. If you don't like London, you know what to do.
Oh,
Well,
I'm trying to get out of here, aren't I? I'm trying to.
we just
trying to
bought a
get
new
out.
flat. That's not the best
Doesn't matter,
way.
doesn't
Buy a flat in Manchester, live there.
Doesn't matter, I can always
Yes.
rent it out and make a little bit of money.
Why don't you sell the flat in London and buy a street in Manchester?
Pilkington Avenue. Brilliant. You could literally have the
Avenue, yeah.
Lord, the King of that street. People could come to you like Solomon with their problems.
Yeah. Well, he's come up from London. He's got London ways.
Now, interestingly, have you heard? Do you remember the famous King Solomon story? That there are two women, they
Arguing
both
over-
arguing over whose baby it is, and they present this to. They say, "This is my baby." And the other one goes, "No, this is my baby." Blah, blah, blah.
So he knows one of them's lying, but he doesn't know which one.
And so what does he do? How does King Solomon solve that? How does he figure out whose baby is his? First,
And
what would you
they're
do?
both white fellas, yeah?
Both what?
White fellas.
There's
Someone's
women, two women.
Right, it's two white
Well,
women.
to be they probably weren't, completely white.
Yeah,
But-
whatever. Yeah, they're of the same ethnicity.
No, but I'm just working
as
out,
is the baby.
Right, alright then, so,
Yeah.
alright.
And don't think about what King Solomon would necessarily.
Yeah,
do.
it wasn't
Think
that.
about
It
what
wasn't.
you
It
would do.
wasn't that easy. No, there's not one tall, skinny white one with big ears, and so's the baby. The other one's a little short Chinese bloke.
Yeah.
It's two women for a start.
Yeah.
Two women. Okay. The baby to look at could be either. He doesn't know which, but he knows one of them's lying, obviously.
And is the one lying saying it's hers or saying it's not hers?
Right. Okay. This isn't worth it, Steve. I'm going to tell you what he said, and you tell me if you think it was good or not. He says, well, then what we do is, as King said, what we do is, I'll take a sword, I'll cut the baby into two, and you can have half each. And one of the women says, no, don't do that. And one of them says, yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Do you see?
So which one was it?
Sorry?
Who's...
Well, no, my guess is the one that didn't want it done probably was the mother of the child. The one that didn't mind having the baby cut in half probably wasn't a mother of the child. Why don't you think, you bald little mank twat, play a record?
Well, I'm just, alright.
Although it's not a very good solution.
No, that doesn't
Because I
happen
think
in the
the woman who was lying could have come up with something better than cut it in half. What she should have done is I'll give it to the other one as well.
Yeah. Coldplay, God Put a Smile Upon Your Face on XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington.
Reading the paper yesterday, they were talking about the fact that Blair has been, I think he's been in Greece, discussing EU matters.
Oh, yeah.
And they used the old Trojan horse analogy
Yeah.
to say, here's a particular policy and it seems like they're trying to sneak in some kind of dubious idea.
Disguised to something else.
Exactly. And it's always struck me, ever since I was first introduced to the Trojan horse theory, I never understood how it had come about. Do you know what I mean?
So, Karl has got a frown on him, like a thing I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Karl, do you know what
Tony Blair is the Prime Minister.
you know what the Trojan horse was?
Go on.
Have you come
it
across
was
this
the
before? Have
siege
you
of-
heard of it before?
Wasn't that Ascot or anything? Go on.
Well, the Trojan horse, what happened was, it's a famous kind of Greek story, about the fact that, the Greeks...
In olden times, Karl, olden times,
Olden
is,
times, the
specifically.
70s.
Yeah.
The Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years.
Waiting.
Basically, things had got out of hand. I think the Trojans had done something with Helen, and someone else was annoyed. Anyway, it all got very complicated. It got out of hand, and the
the
Greeks-
Helen, the one with the mashed up face, because they used to use it to launch ships.
Anyway, the Greeks laid siege to Troy for 6 years, right? And they weren't getting anywhere. They were outside the gates. They were saying, "Let us in." They weren't. They were. Blah, blah, blah. So what they did was they all disappeared. They
Well, they wanted to get in and kill everyone.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
they wouldn't be letting in.
but they couldn't get inside the city walls. So what they did was they left as a gift for the Trojans. They left an enormous wooden horse, okay, as a gift, and then they all buggered off.
Like 40 foot high, 50 foot long, I mean a big,
Big wooden
an
horse.
arc of a
And
horse.
the Trojans wheeled it into the city.
So that's nice.
Thought, what a lovely gift.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, who was hiding inside? But the entire Greek army. They
And
leapt
all-
out, killed everyone in their sleep.
Yeah.
Alright, and that's where the famous idea of a Trojan horse has come from, sneaking something in disguised as something else.
Alright.
Alright? Okay?
So if you ever... Yeah.
He doesn't really understand, does he?
No, but to be honest, nor do I.
Well, this is the problem I've always had with this. Because I don't understand who comes up with the idea. I mean,
But I can't think that was the best idea.
well, no.
There must be other ways. If they come up with that, how long did it take them to go? When they said... One fellow said, whoa, can I have a word?
Go on,
General, I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Build a big horse, right? Hide inside it. And then, I know what you're thinking, they won't let us in even in the horse.
Yeah.
Leave it as a gift.
Brilliant. Right, who are you? That's the best idea. Are you the guy that came up with, why don't we get a giant bra and twing everyone over the walls?
Yeah. Let's get a 100-foot ruler. And you know, like at school, we used to like flick the teacher's ass with like right, I could flick you over one at a time.
Right.
On this giant ruler.
Thanks for your idea. It's on the table.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of other suggestions on the way.
What about 1 million elastic bands tied together? Yeah, and you all hold it down, and then I just let you go.
Right.
And you all ping over, and then you kill him in their sleep.
You're the best tactician we've got, are you?
What? The other thing is, right? These people for some reason open the door.
Well, I don't understand. Firstly, there's suddenly, the army that's laid siege to them for 6 years has disappeared. In their place, an enormous gift of a giant wooden horse.
Oh, they probably don't want to kill us now, but what they've done is they've built us
Yeah, they
a
bought us
horse.
a great gift. Presumably there was a giant kind of card or something,
Yeah.
you know. Something for you, sorry about the laying siege and everything, forgive you.
Yeah.
Here's an enormous gift, here's an enormous Trojan horse. We know it's what you've always wanted.
We're not inside it. Why did they write that?
Yeah.
That's suspicious.
But
well, wheel it in anyway.
But in terms of it as an idea initially, I mean, we're going to give them a gift. Well, what should we do? We could bake an enormous quiche, be inside that. We could have an enormous soap on a rope as a gift. It's the fact that it's an enormous horse, an enormous wooden horse as a gift anyway. I don't know if this was a popular gift at the time, but it's also the stupidity of the Trojans saying, brilliant, I've always wanted an enormous wooden horse. Well, what are we going to do with it? Where are we going to
wheel
put
it in anyway. Leave
Just
it.
wheel it in
Wheel
anyway.
it in. Let's go to sleep. Let's worry about it tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's this idea of someone going, right, is this definitely the best idea? And they go, yeah, and they look to the carpenter.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, we've got to get wood.
We've got to get other that. Well, you haven't put a door in.
Yeah.
How are we gonna get up
Does it
there?
look like a horse?
It
This
is.
is the worst horse I've ever seen. Why, it looks like a cow.
Wow, the udder's where we hide. There's a horse
It's got no tail.
Well, that's the rope that you climb up.
But I don't know if it's one of those things where, again, because we kind of learn these things at school, that somewhere along the line, the truth of it has disappeared, and we're...
Well, I imagine it lost a bit in translation.
Yeah.
Because, in Eohippus, in Greek, means giant tank.
Right,
So that actually was a Sherman.
Yeah.
And it burst through and it shot them all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
of course, down the years, they've tried... Look at Carl's face. Look at Carl's face. If everyone on webcam... Carl, just keep that face and look up to the camera. Right? Just... Right, get a look at that now. Play a record, Carl. Educating Carl, we should bring that back.
We should bring that back.
Yeah? What do you want to learn about next week?
We've told you about the Trojan horse.
Know anything about any freaks?
Oh, that'll think something.
Yeah. Competition time, Carl?
Oh, Carl's looking forward to this. He's just getting all stressed about his half hour. Like Pete. Oh, go on. Go on,
It's
sorry.
just, we should have done this a lot earlier.
Why?
It keeps them hooked in. Right, if you haven't heard the game before, I'll give you some initials, bit of a cryptic clue, and those initials and the cryptic clue makes up some band. Might not be an XFM band, but it's a band or a pop group or an artist or something.
Yeah.
It's on
What's the
email.
feature called, though? What's the
It's
feature
called
called?
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters, yeah?
Really?
Do you want to, will we do this on email?
I think we ought to, because you don't like taking calls from the public, do you?
Well, he can't work the machine.
No, that's absolutely right.
It's not that, it's just that then it's pretty fair for everyone. Because
Anyone who's got a computer, you mean? So it's open to anyone who's got, you know, a computer or a laptop at their disposal at this precise moment.
Anyway, there's some cracking prizes, Rick, you'll be pleased to know, that obviously once again Carl has managed to collect together an arbitrary assortment of
Just looking
giveaway
round,
stuff.
looking round the office.
I mean, where did you get these from? Did you just, I mean, seriously, where did you get them from? Because it's
Right,
such an arbitrary
what have
collection.
we got there?
I don't know what kind of a person would want these items.
Right,
It's such an arbitrary selection, I don't know what kind of person you'd be.
read them out, what have we got?
Well, there's another XFM compilation, which you've obviously nicked from somewhere in the office.
Yeah, it's
Fair
a
enough.
good compilation, remix to
There's
album.
an album here, which is a promo album with 2 pigs on the front. I think it's the Smashing Pumpkins
Frankie
live.
Saunders.
I can't be certain.
Yeah.
This is the album. Didn't we give this one away last week? This is just an arbitrary compilation album. Again, one of those kind of...
Is that the actual one you didn't send, Carl?
No.
To say?
We've got a couple of
I've got a
these,
job lot of them.
Surprise, surprise, The Office on DVD, which is ludicrous.
I've seen it from here. What film? If it, listen, dear XFM listener, it's 2:30. You know, it's a bit windy out. You're
probably gonna stay in this evening.
Maybe do a bit of shopping you got, and then in a stay this evening. Oh, what film would you really want? No, I mean seriously. Think if you could see one film, right? What would you want to see?
DVD.
One of the big releases.
Yeah, it's great. Put them out of their misery, Steve. They'll be watching this tonight if they're a lucky winner.
It's the movie Stigmata. Stigmata with Patricia Arquette and Gabriel Byrne. So look forward to that.
Great.
That's the big one.
That is brilliant.
You're playing
look at Carl's face. He's actually offended because he's the only one that puts any work into this show, and he's got competitions. He's got Educating Ricky, Rockbuster. He's got
the song with a story.
He's got a song with a story to come that he's like gone through them. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So you're playing for that collection of arbitrary goodies plus the big prize this week, Stigmata, featuring Gabriel Byrne.
Oh dear.
About a woman who I think starts bleeding from the hands. It's a horror film, I think. You'll have to be 18 or over to take part.
It's not terrible.
Sure.
It's all right. But
is it better than Children of the Corn, which was the big giveaway last week?
I haven't seen Children of the Corn. Go on then.
Right. So
next week, Teen Wolf 2.
Go on.
Here's the
and Tony Banks's own solo album, Bank Statement. Tony Banks, remember, is the musician from the much loved Genesis, but we've got that album to give away.
All right then. So right
to win those exclusive prizes.
Go on. Yeah, you've got to email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I saw a sellotape dispenser out in the.
There's a pair of gloves that I don't know who's out, but they're out there and they've been there for a week. So a pair of gloves, a sellotape dispenser, and Tony Banks's solo album, Bank Statement.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
All right, first one. Initials JT.
Initials JT. What's the cryptic clue?
Cryptic clue. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Hold on.
Yeah?
JT, and what's the clue again?
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, who could it be? JT. At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah, go on, next one.
Second one, there's 3 of them you gotta get. Letter is W.
Yeah.
The clue, that lad's got bad asthma.
That lad has got bad
I've got that
asthma.
one already. I've got that one already.
W.
Yeah.
And finally, the last one is the letter C.
Yeah.
And, the cryptic clue
is Carl is one of these.
Mousetrap is that musical, isn't it? This isn't the clue, by the way. It is called Mousetrap, isn't it?
There's not a musical.
It's not a musical, but it's a whodunit sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Right, here's a clue. I saw that,
Imagine that on the real Blockbusters.
Yeah, Bob Hole is going, oh, can we stop a minute? Oi, you with the 9 teddy bears there. Mousetrap, that's a show, isn't it? Isn't it? I think so, Bob, yeah. Right, okay, here we go.
Yeah, carry on. Put the camera's back on.
Yeah.
So, the letter is C, and the cryptic clue. I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered. The heating in the theatre was knackered, right? Ruined it.
Well, we've got that one already as well.
Yeah?
I mean, these are, the first one's hard, but those two are
just a quick
ridiculous.
reminder, JT was the first one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Full of logs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second one, W, that lad's got bad asthma.
Yeah.
And the last one, C, I saw that Mousetrap the other night, but the heating in the theatre was knackered, and it ruined the whole thing.
Okay. And ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk is the email address. You can win.
I'm confused.
Various treats, including Stigmata.
I'm in a river full of logs.
Yeah.
I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, we'll do it in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you've got to stay tuned for the answers.
It's not the quickest, so don't go rushing and sort of messing it up. Think about it.
Big set of
They've got to be given away, Rick. They've got to be given away.
This is Rockbuster.
We've got, obviously the big prize Stigmata this week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give the prize to Ira, I think it's Ira or Ira, but she or he emailed in the right answers and then said if you could enclose the receipt for Stigmata, that would be much appreciated. But I'm amazed by the number of responses we've had.
And someone wants a copy of Tony Banks's solo album, which I was mucking around, so we'd better buy that in the week to give it away, because I think that'd be an amazing prize to give away.
If you just give the clues
do the clues and then just give the answer. Come on.
What the answers are.
Right, well, the one that everyone was struggling with was the first one.
Yeah.
So I'll save that. So we'll go to the second one. W.
Yeah.
That lad's got bad asthma.
Yeah, we know that.
That was Weezer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good work, well done.
The last one, C. The clue was, I saw that mousetrap the other day. The heating was knackered in the restaurant.
Yeah.
In the restaurant?
In the theatre.
Yeah.
And it ruined the night.
Yeah, so it was a cold play, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a cold
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
And JT, at the moment,
No, I can't think of this one.
At the moment, I'm in a river full of logs.
Well, I have to say there were some wrong answers. What was it again?
It was Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. We had some wrong answers that included Jethro Tull and James Taylor. I don't know how that relates to it at all.
I'm annoyed at Lake when he clearly said river. I mean, that's the first thing that cropped up. Not I'm in some water full of logs at the moment. Yeah, I'm in some water full of logs. But he actually had to say river, so not lake. That annoys me. I mean, I didn't get it. Fair enough. I should have worked it out. I should have tried to think like you.
Did get it.
A lot of people obviously think like you, which is which I'm, you know, worried about. But yeah, James Taylor is great.
Anyway, what are we doing now, Carl?
Well, I teased you with it before.
You gonna get it out again?
I'm always like trying to get you, you know, thinking, opening your mind up a bit to ghosts and stuff.
Yes.
So, this woman who I know, she said she'd come in and I could interview her to try and sort of, you know, get the belief out there.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
'cause there's
thought
not enough belief in the occult and rubbish out there.
So does she think she has a ghost?
she has, yeah, she's
got a
had a few.
She has, no, it's fact.
Yeah, no,
So,
sure.
yeah, she has.
So I thought maybe it's a new feature we could try for a couple of weeks, see how it goes down. You know Parkinson.
Uh-huh.
What about Pilkington? Welcome to Pilkington.
Thank you.
My guest today is Taryn. She's a plugger. You're still a plugger, aren't you?
No, do co-management.
Right,
now.
she does co-management, but she was a plugger. She looked after Therapy, Raging Speedhorn, Slash, all the big names, yeah? But we're not here to talk about music today. We do a lot of that on XFM. Today we're talking ghosts. Now, Ricky and Steve, who I do the show with, they're not having any of it. So I said, well, I know someone who, you know, gets on with ghosts. There's a lot of them. So I thought I'd get you in today, have a little chat for a couple of minutes, just to sum up the story so they get an idea of what happened. You had a horse, yeah? You had it in some stables.
Yeah.
He hasn't let her speak yet.
You went to, like, look after it and that, play around with it, take it for a ride
Went
and
out
that.
riding.
Yeah. Two of your mates were in the stable where your horse is.
Not my stable, in the opposite stable.
In the opposite stable.
And I heard them giggling and
They're
getting up
messing
to
about and
something.
that, yeah. You heard them having a laugh. So you thought, right, what are they up to? So you go in, and they're messing about with a Ouija board.
Yeah.
Right. So, this is where you come in. Did you get involved with the Ouija board?
Unfortunately, I did.
Right. And what happened then?
I was like, oh, you don't believe in this. Oh, let me have a go.
Right.
And ask a few questions, put our hands on, and it actually started moving.
So a lot of the stuff you asked it, did the things happen that you
Yes,
asked?
they did.
Right? So that's scary for a start, right? We haven't even got to the ghost bit yet. So you mess about with
Trap
that.
soul,
Yeah.
I like to call
Right,
him.
trap soul. So you're messing about on the Ouija board, you say, right, I've had enough of this now.
Yeah.
I've got all the answers I need.
Yeah.
You go home,
I didn't like them.
you go in the house, and it's a bit nippy.
The flat is absolutely fine. It's when I went into the bedroom. You've got to remember, it's a very, very warm, hot evening.
Right.
And walk into the bedroom and note it is cold, colder than usual. But I'm actually quite glad because it's so hot.
Right, okay.
Completely ignored the fact that the windows were all shut but the curtains were blowing. Didn't sleep well at all.
Right.
Next evening, same again.
Freezing.
Yeah,
When-
very, very noticeably colder.
Curtains blowing.
Yeah, I'm fast asleep, get woken up, the wardrobe's opening.
So at this point, this is where we clear up. You're not on crack. You're not
Oh, never touched drugs in my entire life.
you're not a drinker.
No. I will have the odd glass of red wine.
Yeah, right. That's all right. They recommend that anyway. They say it's good for your heart.
What started happening was, as the week progressed, I also felt the bed covers at one point at night fold over, double bed, the bed covers fold over, and it was like someone was getting in the bed next to me. But you've got to remember, when you're in a deep sleep,
Yeah.
You're not quite thinking, and you're thinking, I'm losing it. I was getting more and more tired, more and more a little stressed. I'm really thinking I was having a breakdown. The final straw was when the clothes on the end of my bed that I just throw hit me.
How come you were going back home at night?
Because I was sceptical. In fact, 6 months ago, I said, I don't want to go there. People will think I'm mad. But you know what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I know there's more out there.
Well, brilliant. Well, cheers for that, and thanks for being a guest on Pilkington.
Incisive investigative journalism there.
I like the fact that you've learned a lot from Parkinson, even stealing some of his questions, like, are you on crack? Which I know he always asks his guests.
Yeah. I like the fact that when she went, I don't know, I have the occasional red one, he goes, well, that's alright for you. Good for your art. That was great.
It was brilliant.
That is the best interview technique I've ever heard anywhere.
I feel like there's still some questions unanswered.
Yeah, it hasn't proved it to me, I'll be honest,
No,
Carl. It
it's
hasn't proved me the existence of ghosts
I have to
and
say, Rick, that
poltergeists.
I was worried as soon as she got involved with the Ouija board. I was thinking, please do not get involved with that Ouija board.
Yeah. I was worried when said I heard some giggling coming from the other stable.
Yeah.
Don't go over there. Don't go over there.
It's, what questions did she ask the Ouija board? You didn't ask her that, I noticed.
She didn't want to.
She didn't want to say.
No.
Okay.
Do you think it was something like why that you did to try and confuse the computer, and the spirit world got really annoyed, and they got confused, and they came back and started messing up her clothes?
But what do you think then?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I think?
What do you think?
What,
Do you know what I mean?
what about what? What? There's nothing I can answer there. There's nothing I can answer.
All right. She said.
Well, I just keep saying I don't believe in the existence of ghosts because of the impossibility.
Right. Now, when she said, I mean, the interview I did for 50 minutes.
You did for how long?
50 minutes.
50?
But I
50
thought,
minutes?
yeah, we might use that at Christmas or something, right? But the thing is...
Well, that's
right,
the best you got out of 50 minutes.
No.
They're the highlights.
No, I'll be honest.
MTV are not going to call again.
I'll tell you what, right? It did get a bit dark, and I didn't want that
Don't want to
sort of
spook
stuff
people
going
out
out,
Saturday
right?
afternoon, yeah.
But I can understand the heating thing. I said, well, you know, in the full interview, I was saying, you know, that could be anything, couldn't it? Heating broke or something. Now, she said what else was she talking about?
Someone got into the bed next to her.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of said, well, you know, how did that happen?
Yeah.
And she couldn't explain it herself, but
Sure,
I said,
sure.
but it did wake you up. Maybe you're a little bit sort of, still.
Although the
tired.
only explanation I can think of, if she didn't actually see anyone, is well, it was a ghost.
Yeah, well, that was
She's probably got a ghost
But
getting in
what
bed. Go
about
on.
cupboards opening and shutting?
See, again, the only explanation for that is a ghost.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't think of anything else.
Play a record. It's got to be a
Yeah,
ghost.
it is ghost. I think you've proven it to us.
Yeah, a spirit.
Street spirit?
Yeah.
Nice. What else?
Hey.
Well,
Here we are
good
then,
luck.
we're back, XFM 104.9. Carl had to leave early last week, but, you stay to the end this week, mate, or...
Yeah.
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he's started already.
I mean, you
Steve's
know,
made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's
No.
only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's come straight back!
Well-
He's come straight back!
I can't come back to that.
Oh,
It's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was
Although the
searing,
last
it cut to
holiday,
the chase.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. You can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary, literally. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely. And I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought to the prostitute, said no. You were going.
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
Did you have a good holiday, Carl?
Yeah, it was alright. It's alright. Went down to Cornwall.
Now
Tell
you're
you what,
going to the monkey
some odd
sanctuary.
people down there, Steve.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not from Cornwall.
Well, you're from that sort of area.
Well, not really, but never
Genetically, he means.
mind. Right.
They're weird.
Well, you must have slotted right in.
What are they weird? What do they look like?
It's all sort of odd people. A lot of old people, but not just old, sort of messed up old.
What do you mean messed up old? You can't just say that. There's
There was a woman with a funny neck.
Okay, in what way was it funny?
What did she have a funny neck? If you were writing an essay, you wouldn't say there was this woman with a funny neck. How would you describe it?
She sort of had her head, like, pointed down all the time. Like that.
Don't do it, this is radio.
No, but just for you, I did like that.
Yeah.
Walking about like that.
Okay, right. So, brilliant.
I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened, you know, what do you think?
Because Suzanne knows everything. That's the good thing about her being with you. You just ask her, what happened to her? And Suzanne goes, Carl, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been here before.
Suzanne, your girlfriend, or mummy as you call her.
Oh, sparks are flying.
Yeah. I got a little bit of chocolate. Can you just lick a tissue and wipe it off?
Oh,
She said it might have been like, because back in the olden days they carried stuff on the...
the olden days.
What do you mean the olden days?
This woman was probably what, 50?
No, she looked about 70.
Yeah.
But like I do on Cheeky Freak of the Week, right, I always turn it round and we get like something good out
Something
of it.
positive, yeah.
I said to Suzanne, I bet she finds a lot of money.
Yeah!
Always staring at the ground, yeah.
Oh, dear.
It was always good.
So, you're
Maybe
back.
she just had new shoes and she was admiring them.
Yeah.
Did you think of that? Before you point the finger and judge?
Or a necklace was too heavy.
Exactly.
So, you're back refreshed. So, what have we got for this week? Have we sort of, because we didn't meet last night, which we usually meet
No,
sort
I
of.
called you and said it'd be good if we could, you know, I wasn't getting back into London.
Well, I was up
until
for it, I was up
till
for it,
7:30,
you know,
but
yeah.
but we all need to be there. It's no good just me and you being there.
Yeah, so, yeah.
No, you're right. I mean, you're absolutely right that I wasn't there yet because I wasn't willing to just be governed by your particular schedule. You want to jet back in from another of your holidays
It wasn't a
at
holiday.
8 o'clock.
It wasn't a holiday though.
Well, so what? You
What do
were
you
out
mean?
of town.
What do you mean it wasn't a holiday? What was it?
It was a treat, wasn't it, from my mum and dad? So it wasn't a holiday.
What, so you didn't enjoy the 5 days off? You'd rather have been here moaning 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day?
You see, we said last week that you're always whinging. Here you are whinging now.
I'm not
And you're
moaning.
saying it's not even a holiday. You're saying it's not even a holiday. What was it then?
Would like a nurse who takes sick children to Florida, would they say having a great holiday?
Sorry, what particular ailment did your parents have for the week that they had to fly in Karl Pilkington, MD?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, alright, it was a holiday.
Well then, good. Now some honesty, now some truth.
So you came back from your holiday, you wanted to start back to work straight away, Steve couldn't be bothered to meet. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So we've got nothing prepared for this.
Well, you can rely on Rockbusters. Right, that's
We've
coming
got
up.
nothing.
Monkey News.
Even though you were away, you were still working.
Still doing stuff.
Did you go to the Monkey Sanctuary?
I'll tell you about that.
Tell us
later.
about it.
Play a record.
Sure.
Alright. Do you want Smashing Pumpkins?
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah,
I thought an
yeah,
old
yeah,
classic
yeah.
from them, Cherub Rock.
Yeah.
Smashing Pumpkins, Cherub Rock. That, of course, Rick, is available on their greatest hits.
Brilliant.
If you want.
I mean, that's how I rock. So
Yeah.
I know they. I'm very much the shape of a cherub as well.
Well,
now.
indeed.
Naked with a couple of
And a rosy big arse.
and a trumpet.
Yeah.
Do they have trumpets?
I don't know. I've just had an email here. Monkey News
Yeah.
from a listener. Monkey spotted holidaying in Cornwall. A chimp was spotted holidaying in Cornwall last week after befriending a family of 3. One onlooker said, "It was incredible. He dressed and behaved exactly like a human being. He even settled the hotel bill at the end of their stay. The only telltale sign was his lack of table manners and the incoherent babble when he opened his mouth." There we are. So,
Well, what do you think of that, Carl?
that's the listeners, Carl. That's Joanne.
Amusing, articulate, accurate. She remembered
Accurate.
exactly who's there and everything. Setting in the bill. It's all there. So I mean, even though people think that you're slightly simian, slightly less than human on the evolutionary ladder, they do listen to you. So I mean, I don't know who's more stupid in the end, you or the listeners.
Well, you may recall, Rick, at the end of last week when Carl had to shoot off early, we issued a little request for listeners just to bombard Carl's email with just pointless emails that really weren't about anything, just to clog up his email for when he returned.
Yeah.
Rick, they sent them all to us.
Brilliant.
I mean, that's the kind of listeners that we've got. We've got reams here on our email of just junk.
I mean, it's like a Marx Brothers plot, isn't it? I mean,
It's
just
ludicrous.
listen.
Listen to what we say.
I got one about a shaved cat. Well, that's not pointless. I'll be reading that later.
Oh, you're loving it, yeah.
I'm happy.
That'll keep you going for a couple of weeks.
I'll be reading that later.
Did you get to the Monkey Sanctuary? Because this was the big thing. You were going down to Cornwall, you were going to visit the Monkey Sanctuary. I've never seen someone more excited. You had 2 days put aside for the Monkey Sanctuary.
I know.
How did it go? Monkey World?
We were on our way, right? I found like a little, in a little cottage that we had, right? It's like a little folder, you know, with little leaflets in saying if you're into mountains, you want to go here.
Yeah.
If you're into castles and that.
the
Little
castle
monkey
world.
on the leaflet, right? So I thought I'll be needing that. Took that out, made sure that's safe and
Yeah.
that, right? We get in the car, getting ready to go. My dad says, "Where is it?" I look on the back. It's in a place called Low or something like that, right? So, we're on our way. Can't believe me luck. It's going to be a great day and all that.
Yeah.
And then, start looking at the leaflet, right? And, noticed didn't have any chimps there.
Yeah, it's not Monkey World.
It wasn't a monkey world.
Well, what was it called then?
Something like,
Monkey Town.
yeah, it was just, it had like woolly monkeys in it. That's what
They
it
had
is.
what?
Woolly monkeys.
What are woolly monkeys?
Those things Johnny Vegas off the advert. Loads
Right.
of them. They're dumped now since ITV Digital
Yeah.
went under, so they just put them in a cage.
I don't
No,
understand.
They're woolly. They're like they're sort of like little fluffy little baboon type things. Woolly monkeys. I mean, it's not your chimp. It's not your classic chimpanzee.
So did the car screech to a halt?
It was like,
Yeah.
it was like the mission in Armageddon. As you said, abort. We're on the way back.
So how far had you got before you bothered to read the leaflet?
Probably about 5 miles away
Right.
from where we were.
So what did you do with yourself? You must have been distraught.
We
Well,
went
they
to,
broke down and then they heard banjo music.
Yeah, yeah.
No, we went to a, sort of an amusement place.
Arcade.
I'd love to see you in that. What with putting those coins in, so it has to roll down and they go flat, and then an arm pushes
It
them.
was one of them.
Really?
But
I
I'd worked
spent
out it was
years
a
on that
con.
when I was little.
Well, there's a new one. I can't be bothered explaining it, but it's a con. We went to this place, right? My mum and dad had been there before, and
Yeah.
they said, you'll love it. It's brilliant. It's got like a war bit in it.
A war bit, right?
Yeah, like, because they know I'm into tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
So you'll be loving that.
So, sorry, I didn't know you were into tanks.
No.
Well, they're alright.
Brilliant. It's gone from one of his childhood passions to they're alright.
I know, yeah. Go on.
And, but it was awful. I mean, my mum and dad had been there before, and he said, no, you'll love it, but
Yeah.
it was like a really miserable day.
Sure.
Right? All the rides and that were broke.
Yeah.
Broke!
It just reminds you of Manchester.
My dad just ended up, he was more interested, there was a really fat family there.
Well, presumably he was breaking into the machines, trying to scoop off the cash.
I like the fact that those poor fat family were going, why are those people looking at us?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want to ride one?
No, but they
we're not a ride.
They were massive, and he just like, look at the state of that. The whole family.
Yeah.
Just, fat.
Bloaters, yeah.
Alright.
No,
down.
but because fat, there's no need for it, is there? And he was really like, oh god. And then he wanted to follow them into the House of Mirrors to see what they look like. But my mum had got bored. She went off to buy a little Snow White figure. She couldn't believe her luck. It was only $2.99.
Yeah.
She thought it was going to be really expensive.
Sure,
so she
she's
bought
classy
one of
lady.
them. So she enjoyed that. And then my dad says, come on, we go in. It's rubbish, this.
What, the fat family wouldn't let him play with them?
So, he just said on the way home, he said, I can safely say that I never want to go there again before I die. So, that was that. And then we went home.
Why would he ever give you that information? In case it was like a secret birthday present. You go,
Yeah.
oh god, what if they get me a trip to here? Or if he's in a coma and you go, I'll tell you what bring him out of it.
That fat couple
yeah.
by his bedside.
yeah.
But Suzanne said she now realises why I am the way I am after
Yeah.
spending like a week with them.
Well,
She said-
they told her that they dropped you on your head as a kid, or
No, just like, the way they act and that.
right, yeah.
I
No, they
think-
were saying things like, Suzanne, so, why is the moon out at night and the sun in the day?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh
it
god,
was-
there's
it-
3 of them.
Suzanne, can you tie my shoelaces again?
It was the bit when my dad said, don't waste money on a coffin for him, just put him in a bin bag.
Your father said that about himself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm glad you mentioned that because
That is great.
that gives me an idea.